Hello guys, welcome to the webinar. I still people joining in. So before we really start, I would like to do some housekeeping stuff. So this is a webinar, so you guys cannot open your mic, but if you got any question or comment or issues, you can just type in the chat or the question box. I will answer you guys through. Okay, let's start. I still people coming in, but anyway, let's start it. So today's topic is maximize your IT monitoring with Pandora FMS, an in-depth overview of its features and real-world use cases. So I will put more time on demonstration, and anyway, first of all, I do need to talk about what is Pandora. So I'll quickly go through the PowerPoint, the slides. So if you got things on us, just let me know. Type in the chat. Okay, so Pandora is a full control of your IT infrastructure and operations. Besides that, same vendor I've got other two solutions. One is remote access, and one other one is a help desk platform. But anyway, today's our focus is on the Pandora FMS, which is software to monitoring your infrastructure. Okay. So there's some customer reference, and we got many customer in 50 countries and all over the industry: finance, infrastructure, insurance industry, energy, MSP, service, logistic, health, and administration and government. So we got quite many large sites that running Pandora. Okay, so it helps you to monitor server, application, networks, and events, and also devices. So Pandora can help you monitor different kind of servers, no matter what OS it is, wide range of application and network devices, and also we can collect events from your compliance or tools, and help you to filter out those so you're more interested in. So this is Pandora. Okay, so why Pandora is the best option for infrastructure monitoring? So first of all, Pandora provide 24/7 support, which is very important for many mission critical infrastructures like traffic, energy, utilities, and others. And we are a all-in-one monitoring platform. As I mentioned, we can monitor servers, application, network, and IoT, whatever things on the network. So you don't need additional tools, even on the cloud, of course. And we are having lots of plugins and modules that you can enhance the capability of the platform. So, and we can finish all the monitoring by single server with, of course, different roles. So you just need a VM, virtual appliance, then you can do lots of monitoring. Of course, if you got a really huge infrastructure, you may need additional service, but you can also implement it with different VMs, so you don't need a very expensive hardware appliance to do that. And also we got a very dynamic configuration, so all the threshold you can tune. It's not hard coded, it's not fixed. So of course you can take the default for what we offer. For example, how many CPU you want to set alert or send warning, how many CPU or the threshold is this, and then you take auto action. It's all up to you. So it's very flexible and dynamic. And also we because as I mentioned, it's all-in-one monitor. You don't need additional vendors to do all the tasks. You just need the Pandora and the VM that you can handle, and we have a very easy to use web console. Okay, so let's more blah blah blah. Sorry, but anyway, it is important, I think. We don't have hidden costs. So of course there are some modules need more license, but many modules we provide is free to install once you buy a corporate license, and it is very flexible. You can do remote monitoring, and also you can do agent based, and of course you can mix and match for that. And we are highly scalable because we have quite flexible architecture. So even the same virtual appliance, we have a bunch of server row there, so you can add more VM to scale up the capability with different aspects. Most of the case we will just do HA or that, but of course you can do a more complex, like some semi-offline network, air gapping, whatever. So it's very flexible, and we use MySQL database. That means you don't need additional cost on the database. So it's community version, and you can use the free license via Linux base. So you don't need to pay the Windows license or Unix license or whatever. So and we can keep data at least for 2 years plus. So if you want to keep longer, just have a bigger disk, that's fine. And we, of course, we can do backup, archive, and all sorts of stuff. And we offer server maps, so you can have a map for your all application services. So we will know which kind of service having which server, which device, and very handy. So when you do monitoring, you are not simply only monitor by device or by IP, but you can monitor by function of your IT infrastructure. So also we can support a very large environment. We have multi-tier servering, so you can use the same platform to monitor a huge network. And also we got many good handy plugin like the SAP monitoring, the IBM iServer monitoring, Unix monitoring. I will show you guys later on. Sorry, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so how does Pandora works? First of all, we can do many remote monitoring. So it can be a one server, a customer server, whatever. So we can do ICMP or SMMP to connect to your network device. And we can use TCP monitoring, HTTP monitoring to gather information from your different service, hardware, appliance, IoT device. So make sure we can monitor all your infrastructure with different variety of protocol. And we can do more in-depth monitoring or actions with our software agent. So Pandora provides software agent for a variety of endpoints. So with installing the agent, we can monitor the host with more information. For example, running process. For example, if we install it into software agent to Windows, we can monitor the Windows event, monitoring the CPU, each process, and also we can run scripts to do some containment or fixing some issues, like clear the temp storage for when the disk is almost full, something like this. So it is a very flexible way to do. And of course, if you monitor service, Windows service or Linux service, we highly recommend you install the software agent, so you have much more capability to do your monitoring. So if you have a running large environment, we have a tiering infrastructure for the Pandora servers, so we can help you to monitor a very large network. For typical single server, we can monitor more than 2,000 agents. It means 2,000 devices. So there's a little bit confused. When we talk about software agent, it means the piece of software installed to your endpoint to do the monitoring. But if we just talk about agent, it means device. So number of devices being monitored. Here we means we can use a single server to monitor 2,000 devices. Yeah. Okay. So what we do monitor, as I mentioned, we do monitor many stuff, but we can go through a list here. So network computers, we can use SMP and SMP trap, WMI, TCP, UDP, ICMP, SSH, NetFlow, and many others methods to monitor computers on your network. And we support variety of operating system, Unix, Linux, Windows, Android, Raspberry, and many others actually. So, but more in depth, we support most of the operating system on the market. So no worries. Of course, Macintosh we can monitor, and we also got plugins to specifically designed for some business applications. Like we have a module for SAP, Oracle, Exchange, JBoss, WebLogic, maybe Apache, Nginx, whatever that we support and monitor. And of course, databases. We support all of the common database. We have a plugin to tell you like how many databases is there, how many queries is there, how busy is the server, and it's load SQL, of course. So can help you to monitor the applications, as I mentioned. Because for example, you have ERP system. So the ERP system may be a SAP, of course, and then you also would like to monitor the database performance supporting the SAP. So you can use the SAP plugin and also the database plugin to do the monitoring. Okay, so for running side, we have a hypervisor, so virtualizations. On-prem VMware, Citrix, Docker, the cloud, maybe AWS, maybe Azure. We also got an API plugins to integrate with the API, so you can monitor like how many EC2 on the AWS, how many compute on the Google Cloud Platform, and many others. Okay, so before I go on, let's go to some demonstration first. So you guys actually can visit our demo site quite very easily. So you go to Pandora FMS, and then go to actually I always Pandora FMS online demo. So if you visit this site, you can just click the start demo, and there's a credential. Then you can log into this console. I think I need to enlarge a little bit so everyone can see better. Okay. So this is a web console for Pandora. Okay, so let me take a look if you guys got any question for me. Okay, no questions so far. Okay, please raise your question, or if I going too fast or something not clear enough, just let me know. Okay, let's continue. So this is the FMS Pandora FMS console. So you can see number of agents in critical status, warning status, healthy status, silent status. That means no return of event. So here with the server health, it means the Pandora FMS server, not your Windows server. Okay, Windows server goes to here. So number of agents is here, number of monitoring, how many users there, and those last activities for audit purpose. So usually what we do is go to our view. By default we have quite many view, and of course you can create your own view of report or maps whatever you want. Let me quickly go through a few. So this one I static view. So it's similar here, but we also got some performance or event group. And here very important is as I mentioned, for the Pandora we have quite many server rules. So we have the database, we have the network module, network server, database server, SMP server, discovery server, plugin server, blah 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 blah. Okay, it doesn't matter. But when you see any one of that is red, it doesn't mean that it won't work. It really depends which service is down. For example, the inventory server is down, then you have some problem of the showing the list of agent. There's no good anyway. So you can restart it or whatever, then call us. But I seldom see this problem. But anyway, so let's go to the next one, a group view. So all the devices, we can give them a primary group and also secondary, tertiary. You can many groups you assign to, but it depends how you use it. For example, if you have a overall monitoring, you want to see which group of device or computers status, you can see this grouping view. And of course, usually we'll go to here. So here is the list of the agent. As I mentioned, the agent means device. It doesn't matter it is a Cisco device, Apple device, or VMware. So this one is a VMware data center, or this is Pandora Linux, or if you there's a SAP server, whatever. Is each device will have an entry here. So of course, you can use a discovery features to scan through your network and then import the agent here or device here. And each device, you can create different kind of, let me see here, different kind of modules, okay? So each modules means one matrix, but one figures. It can be like here, true or false. Is the host is alive? Or if you use the SMP, you can collect like, for example, if target on a switch, let's go to a Cisco then. Okay, it's still only one. Anyway, if you go to the switch, you can see the number of ports. Each port upload, download is a port connected device, or the matrix connected. You can add as many as modules here. So each matrix is one module. And you can use, as I mentioned, you can use agent to collect those, or you can use SMP to collect them. Let me find something that we have more information modules here. Okay, I don't know why it's only one agent. But anyway, let me try to do that later. So besides, the OS, IP address, and you can see the number of minutes, the interval we will connect. By default, we connect or we poke the device for every 5 minutes, and you can customize it. Shortest you can put 1 second, but of course, if you got millions of devices and you do it 1 second, then it's no good. It's very heavy for your network. So we usually 5 minutes, 20 minutes, it's up to you. But by default, it's 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes, we will pop the server. For this one, I think they use ICMP. Then we can see the host is alive or not. If you go for SMP, we will shoot the SMP command and collect information. But on the other hand, if you use the software agent, the software agent itself will report back to the server, send over an XML file with all the data we collect, then you can see all the information. And each module here, you can do configuration. So you can trick when is warning, when is critical, and the threshold, how many minutes will be triggered for the alerts. For example, sometimes you do not want to have many alert on the same server. For example, if the interval we mentioned is 5 minutes, but some server you may allow it down for like 10 minutes or whatever, you can trick here. So if not more than 10 minutes, we won't fire up the event. But if it is all more than 5 minutes, we will fire up. On the other way around, for example, for CPU, if the CPU, for example, I want to send a critical status if the CPU goes up more than 80%. But you know, for example, if you launch an application, heavy application, it will very short period of time goes up. So we will have some grace period, or if during this period less than some percentage, then you can ignore it. If more than that percentage, we will send an event. So you can trick all sorts of this here. So you can see it's the CPU usage, whatever. So, but we won't go very deep here because it's too many options. Okay, but anyway, you just want to let you know, we can have very precise setting for each matrix for your device, as long as you can collect it from your agent or your device. Okay, so there's a few more view. For example, I don't no, not this one. Let's go to topology. So for example, we can create some topology map here. Of course, this one is not created by me manually. It is generated from the information we collect from your switches, from your routers, from your server. Then you can generate such kind of network map, or you can give it some options like which subnet you want, or how many times minutes you refresh. So if you got some server down, it disappears, some server up, it appear. So it's topology. And also we can see the switch view. So which each port is up or down is typically up to you. And also we can have some it's no information. Let me show you some reports. This one. So this one is a service report. We can show this one is for the SLA sample. So it will show you how many hours up and down. It will of course you can filter by application. So for example, I want to show the SAP how many uptime it have. So this one is nice, 100%. This one is talk about SQL Server. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So you point to which server, and then it will show you when it's done, how long it's done, and how many critical event is shown. Then you show you a SLA sample when you want to generate some report talking about SLA. So we have many. So I don't want to go to all of them one by one. Let me go don't have SAP. Okay, anyway, so all the monitoring here, views and maps, you can customize to create your own anytime. Like this one, 1, 2, 3, I don't know what. You can add modules here and then show the reports. Okay, so let's talk about events. So most of the events is fired up because of the thresholds. So when we are monitoring the agents, we import modules and matrix for the agents, I mean the device. And when there's some events, some figures hit the threshold, we will fire up events. So you can assign different group of computers who can receive each event. Then you can receive that. Okay. So this is one of the way. So let's back to the deployment concept. So when we deploy Pandora, we won't ask you to import your, you can import of course, but most of the case we will do discovery. So what we do is we can do application discovery, cloud discovery, host and device discovery. For application, of course, we can scan for like DB2, MS SQL, SQL Server. Of course, you need to provide some credential there. All we can do is host and device scan. So you can do network scan, import CSV, or you guys do some customized network scan. For example, if I want to do a network scan, I can give them a subnet, then we can start to scan. Okay, so the interval you can predefine, you can do the schedule scan. After the scan results, we will show you all the device we found, and then you can choose which one you want to import, and then it will show up in the agent detail. Okay, so and then you can choose how you would like to monitor the device. For example, if you want to do the remote monitoring like ICMP or HTTP or TCP, then you can use it. For example, I just want to monitor the MySQL. So you monitor the TCP port, is that up or not down? Of course, if you want to in-depth, then you can go to module. I will show you modules later on. So this how we do the discovery. And also there are many others, like let me show you guys. Let me show you the main tools. Like okay, let's talk about IP address monitoring. So we offer many different administration tools, like the system log audit or whatever, but I think IP address management is quite attractive for some of the customers. So if you integrate with the DHCP, then we can help you to monitor the subnets and do IP address management. There's many others. Let's go to the modules. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have many way to collect informations, but sometimes you need additional modules to do the monitoring. So Pandora got really large repository of modules, so you can install from this module library. For example, if you want to do and some enhancement of your network monitoring, so if you want to monitor the network bandwidth, then you can go. Here is a enterprise user, so the license issue anyway. So this plugin allows you to monitor percentage of use of interface bandwidth. So it helps you to, for example, this bandwidth is like maybe 1 gigs. So it will calculate how many percentage you use for the internet and the local bandwidth. Or if you want interest to the Citrix NetScaler, then you can install this module. You can click here. Okay, so it tell you this Citrix module, what it can monitor and what service level if it will be given. If your Pandora license is enterprise, actually you can straight away install from here. Then it will install to your console. Then can you start to use? Of course, there's maybe some configuration, credential, and what here. So you can find really huge number of modules here. For example, I search for IBM. So we have AS400 plugin. We have the IMM or the Blade server or the Unix server, or maybe you want to go to Cisco. So there's a wide range of Cisco related. For example, if you want to integrate with the Cisco ASA, so you can integrate that. So it will help you to monitor Cisco ASA server to see the utilization of CPU, the OS version, memory, and uptime, something like this. So it helps you to monitor the ASA server, because ASA is a very handy security appliance, but itself you still want to monitor to keep an eye if the CPU is fine, if the memory is fine. So this how the library works. So let's go down to. So let me see any question from here. Okay, let's go down to some use cases. How customer actually using Pandora, because it looks really how to say flexible, but sometimes guys may think is it really too weak for them to, I don't know what you are doing, maybe. But so let us talk of the typical usage. So of course we can create a few map for example, sorry, not this one. Goes a heat map. Okay, so if you usually we have NOC or SOC, Pandora meaning on NOC. So in your NOC you may have a few big screen to show different chart. So we can create different dashboard to fit in your different big screen. So one of the samples here, we have a heat map here. It show you, is there any problem on the, for example, this one is network, any problem on the database, any problem for the Docker or VMware, and of course we can show, you can click on them, see which one have any problem, but it's help you to summarize what is going on. And of course this one is very typical. As I mentioned, we usually create by groups. This one of the angle will be by application, but many customer will group the device and application and matrix by functions. Like we have a ERP system, so all sort of ERP, database, network device, servers that relate to the ERP will group into one and use this summary to show the status. And if you got an operator reel, of course, you can go to the event views. And also we support different workspace for, sorry, not this one, message list, no, not this one, user connect. Okay, anyway, we can create a workspaces for different users. So when they log in, they can see their own list of events, charts, and others for them. And also, and we, okay, let's go to the agent detail. And then let me see what that is. Let me see. Sorry, I got to find one that can show the this one is, should be this one. Yeah, okay, here we go. So this one is a application server. So as you can see that we have a bunch of matrix here. And let me show you about the and is the juice. Okay, so we can add different matrix here, modules here, as I mentioned, and also we can create some not this one. Anyway, let's talk directly. So we can create some triggers to fire up some auto actions. Like as I mentioned, we can clear some disk space, running some scripts based on the software agent. Of course, if you want to fire up some SNMP command, it also perfectly okay. So you can do some auto containment, auto trigger on the Pandora agents. And also, even you are using the remote match, where we can fire some remote command through SNMP to achieve some tasks like I don't know, maybe fire up some backup command for the SNMP for some switches or firewall. Of course, it really depends on the SNMP implementation of your device. If support like backup or even restart, it works. Okay, so this is also one of the usage. And of course, as I show you guys, oh, we don't have cloud. Okay, but anyway, so if you got API created, then you can have a monitoring for the cloud platform also. So this is a very common way. Okay, just imagine this is the VMware. So you have one data center, right, data store, host, and something like this. But of course, if you are AWS, it's a little bit different, but it can create a few different views for you to monitor. So you can assign this console to the cloud team as well as to your infrastructure team to use the same console but different views to monitor and of course receive the tickets to handle to fix the issue, monitor the status of the server. So this is also one of the use case. Okay, yeah. So that's about the Pandora. So let me finish the slides. So for Pandora, we have ISO. So the solution is certified by ISO, and we provide a secure way to help you to monitor. Because in many cases, we do not need a credential if you install the agent, so it won't shooting credential through of the network. And of course, if you use SNMP, it's highly recommend to use version 3, which is an encrypted connection, to make sure your data is not flowing around when you do an SNMP scan or command or the others. And one very important stuff is if you buy a Pandora license, it comes with credits for you guys to use to have the training. There's an online training, then you can have the e-learning once you buy the license. So if you have problem like you don't have concept how to fine tune it, then you can have the training. Of course, we have a service to help you to do the deployment, to configuration, because each customer will have a very different aspect. They want to monitor, they want to how they operate, and really depends the team structure. Like if you got a server team, an application team, and security team, and network team, or you just have network team and application team and desktop team, something like this. It will be different how we break up the console and views for different team, so we can help you to trick the how we monitor the systems. Okay, so how Pandora license? We have different tiers. We have professional, enterprise, corporate. I think the online one is more up to date. We have but you can have as you can see, it starts from 100 agents and 500 2000, and you can have a subscription or perpetual license, and we have support, and you have few number of e-learning. So that's how we license. So we license how many device. That means device here. You monitor. Okay, and we also got a SaaS platform. If you don't want to host the server on-prem, you can use Pandora SaaS platform to host your Pandora server. You just do the set up the remote monitoring and also install the agent. Then we can help you to monitor. And we also got a proactive monitoring service. We can help you to monitor your device with one trigger. We can send you events and help you to communicate with you to fix the issue, something like this. So we have a wide range of different service for Pandora. So when you have, if you have some critical application or infrastructure, you would like to have a better monitoring, ensure the uptime and performance for the system, you can try Pandora. So thank you for your time. If you guys got any questions, please let me know or type in the chat. Yeah, if you got if you want to try, please contact us. We can help you to do the proof of concept and try the Pandora. Of course, if you want to play around, as I mentioned, you can go to the online demo site to do the testing of the console first. And maybe some modules you would like to see if it is supported, you can go to the module library as I shown you to see if that device, like if you've got a storage, you want to see if it can support to help you to monitor the utilization, you can just go to the module library to take a look or send an email, of course. So thank you for your time. If you got any question, please type in the chat box. I will stay here for a few more minutes. If no question, guys, you can leave the section. The recording and PowerPoint we share you guys later on. You can of course contact ourselves for any other question. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you guys. Cheers. Bye bye. Okay, seeing no more question. That's all for today. Thank you. Bye bye.